Hey everybody, I hope all of y'all are having a good day today. I want to share with you guys a vision that I had the night before last, and most of the teachings and things that I receive, they come when I'm asleep or like in between sleep and awakeness. This was something that I've never experienced before. It was different, and it was kind of an urgent thing. I was lying in bed. Lynn and Linda are on the same floor mat with me, and they were asleep. And all of a sudden, I just got this overwhelming feeling that someone was in like a deep sleep, and that they were struggling to wake up. You know, you hear about people who die in their sleep and things, and I've often wondered if they know when they're asleep, if they're dreaming it, if they know, hey, I'm dying, I want to wake up, but they can't. I remember when I was in the coma. I was in a coma for 21 days after I tried to kill myself, and I remember there was a point in my coma to where I realized that I was in a coma, and I knew I had to wake up. I needed to wake up. This is the feeling that I got. It's just overwhelming that there was a female, a woman, who was needing to wake up and they couldn't wake up. And immediately I just flipped over and I checked Linda, make sure she was breathing. I checked Lynn. I got up, I checked my nanai, I checked Ira Pearl. I sent my daughter a message, make sure she was okay. I checked on my sister, checked on my mom, you know, everything. It's like I was really in a panic. And then just as clear as you can see it, like a white backdrop with big black numbers, I saw 34. And I looked up Strong's 34. Most of you guys know that God shows me things in numbers, and I used the Strong's Concordance to check it. And I looked at the Greek and the Hebrew, the words that was given for Strong's 34 for that, plus I looked at the words that where that word come from, the origin of that word, and it gave me a message. The first was it's a herd, it's a flock, and the word that it came from was like to be ready to be carried away, to be led. And then I looked at the Hebrew, and the Hebrew word was to be poor, a beggar. And I remembered the rich man and Lazarus, and how the poor man Lazarus wound up ascending, going and being in Abraham's bosom, but he was always poor. And then I remembered Peter, whenever there was the man that was crippled and he was begging, and Peter said, silver and gold I don't have, you know, but I got something much better. And so I thought about that, and then I looked at the word origin where that came from, and it was like to be content, to breathe afterwards. And that's the feeling that I got, was the person was struggling to breathe. You know, it's like, I can't breathe and I'm trying to wake up, all right? And so from what I've got out of this is that the Great Awakening that I've been talking about for years now is that the flock, the herd of those who are willing, you know, those who are poor in heart, who are destitute, you know, who understand they're nothing, you know, and the world is beating them up, they are ready to be carried away, to be led. They're ready for truth, right? Not meaning that I'm going to lead them or anything like that, but they're ready to be led by the inner light of Christ. They're ready to rest in His words, to be able to breathe. And remember, God breathes life into us, real life. They're ready to wake up. My mom told me whenever I told her about this, she said that it's so strange because my mom has sleep apnea and she has to use a face mask to sleep. And she said, I was struggling to wake up this morning. I couldn't wake up. You know, this was after I'd had this. She said, but I was struggling to wake up, and I remember in my sleep, I was like trying to get up. I want to wake up, and I couldn't. But the time is now. The time is ready for the awakening. I believe that's what God was showing me in that. Anyway, I wanted to share that with you guys. I thought it was pretty awesome. I love you all. God bless.